Life? Now we're live. What a great day for being a Tesla investor. What an awesome day. Let me know if you guys can hear me through the mic and you guys can see me before we start, before I get all excited and hyped, because today is a nice day. Let me know if you guys can hear me in the chats. I'll do a little quick sound check from my end as well to make sure everything's working, to make sure all is well. I didn't have time to make a video today, guys. Just a lot of things are going around. So we're doing this live. We're doing this live because you don't need to edit when you're going live. So looks like you guys can hear me. Good stuff. Good stuff, guys. Today is a good day. Elon's new Tesla 2025 compensation package just got released, and it's a big deal. It's a big flipping deal, and we gotta talk about it. LFG, Elon, Tesla team, 600 at least per share in 2025. I think, yeah. I mean, my uh, end of the year, this year, Tesla stock prediction is 575, and I'm not changing it. And it's been like that since November of 2024. And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get the third year right again. Let's go. Soon my Tesla leaves will be in the money. Bling bling. Let's go, John. The stock can't handle a gain for shit. Oh man, I'm going to buy more stock today, to be honest. Let's go, Seth Lord. Christian, let's effing go. Let's do this. Hi, Colin. How you doing? Hope everyone is doing good day to day. 500 stock end of the year. Yeah, man. 575 is what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. All right, guys. Let's get down to it. Smash that like button. Hit subscribe if you haven't already, because we're going to get into this compensation package right now, because this is awesome. This is absolutely flipping awesome, right? So, of course, the stock is up about 2.69%, which is quite funny. On this, it did go up as high as 5%. Then it went, down. But I think long term, this is not going to really matter. I think there's a good buy opportunity. All right, so let's talk about this compensation package, right? Yeah. So I formulated it, right? There was a lot of stuff going around here on this compensation package. If I can just go show you guys. Oh my God! Don't tell me it's crashing, man. Oh my God, Chrome is crashing. What's going on with Chrome? It's been acting up lately. All right. Anyways, here we go. That's pretty much a summary. But oh my God, it keeps crashing. Sorry about that, guys. Not responding. Nah, that's annoying. Okay. Anyways, it's a proxy that Tesla just released today, going over pretty much the comp plan, the reward, everything. The United States Securities and Exchange Commission, Schedule 14A, proxy statement pursuant to Section 14A of Securities Exchange Act of 1990, whatever, right? It's pretty much going through the compensation package, what to vote for the next voting, right? But I mean, it's a lot of pages. Like, look at that. Of course, I'm not going to read all of that. I went through the most important parts, and here it is. I wrote it on my X. If you guys aren't following on X, then I don't know what you guys are, not following on X for. Anyways, so Elon's new Tesla compensation package is here, and I'm loving it. The trenches start at Tesla hitting a value of 2 trillion. So if Tesla doubles from now, pretty much, that's when Elon's compensation package is going to start. But what is he going to get? Every 500 billion increase after the 2 billion in the market cap, which in the market cap 500 billion, that increases, which is about $150 in the stock price, Elon gets 1% shares allocated until the value hits 6.5 trillion, right? And then it's 1 trillion to 7.5, and then another trillion to 8.5. So it's only 500 billion increments in market cap until it reaches 6.5 trillion. Then after that, it's 1 trillion until the 8.5 trillion, which the stock price would be around 2,640, which is interesting because that's what's exactly Cathie Woods is talking about, 2,600. And this looks like the goal. Of course, I don't think there's a time frame on this. I think it was a 7.5-year time frame, but that's for vesting after Elon gets his stock after 5 years. But if this is what the plan is, and Cathie Woods is talking about a stock price of 2,600 by 2029 and 2030, guys, we're like less than 5 years away from this, which is in flipping insane. It's a sheesh moment, right? So That's how it is, right? But of course, there's more things to it, but we'll get down to it. We'll go slowly. So this is pretty much the whole idea. And 1% share is about, I think, um, 3.4 billion or something like that. Or no, sorry, 34 million shares. I have it right here. Where is it? Yeah, like 3.5 million shares or something like that, shares awarded. We'll get to that in a bit. So Elon, after all this, will get 12% of Tesla, or 1 trillion, 1 trillion compensation once this is fulfilled. Like, that's insane. Like, this is the first time in history that a CEO, that a company is giving a CEO a trillion in compensation, which is insane. But generate 7.5 trillion of value and take home 1 trillion. I think that's fair. And this is a compensation package that if he doesn't do it, if he doesn't hit these markets or these milestones, he ain't getting nothing. He ain't getting shit. So I think this is fair. Now, Elon already has 13% of Tesla stock. Well, 13% of the whole company. He has 13% of Tesla. And another 2-3% is left out from the 2018 compensation package to gain. Add this new 2025 compensation package of 12%, Elon will easily have over 25%. I think we're talking about 28% of Tesla. Not to mention that there will be eventually be buybacks in the future when Tesla is printing money, which I do expect. I mean, if Tesla is going to be worth, let's say, even half of this, of 8.5 trillion, let's say 4.25 trillion, right? 4 trillion, right? That's an immense amount of value that Tesla is creating. That's an immense amount of profits and cash that they're printing. So I do expect that at some point, Tesla's going to do some buybacks. If they're going to be printing 40, 50, 60 billion in profits, I do expect some percentage of that to go towards buybacks. And if that goes towards buybacks, our shares are going to be worth more, and Elon's shares and percentage of Tesla is going to be worth more as well. So this is what Elon also wants. He wants 25% of voting power in the company. There's many ways that he can do this, but it looks like they're doing it this way. The board of directors is pretty much saying that, hey, here's 8.5 trillion, and here is beyond 25% what you're asking for. And your compensation is 1 trillion with all this 25, 28%, which is insane. So that's pretty much what they're doing. And it's smart what they're doing. Essentially, this compensation package will 8.5x Tesla today, right? So just 8.5 your X, whatever stock you have right now. If you have 1,000 shares, let's multiply that by 8.5, and that's how much shares it's going to cost. It's going to be worth by 20, or whenever it is, 2030, 2035, whenever 8.5 trillion happens. Now, it's important to know that Elon will get nothing if he doesn't achieve these tranches. This is something that no other CEO will ever accept. I approve of this, and this is how it looks like, right? You guys can see compensation at risk, 100%. Like, it's 100% risk right now. Like you get it, you're gonna get it. If you don't get it, you're not gonna get anything. And this is what Elon likes. This is what Elon likes, right? Market capitalization, at time of reward 1 trillion. So they went from 3.2 billion to 53.5 billion to 1 trillion. Shares allocated per tranche, half a percent, 1%, 1%. For 2018 and 2025, so we guess 1%. Market capitalization increment per tranche, 500 billion, right? So they went from 4 billion from 2012, 50 billion from 2018, all the way now to 500 billion. That's insane. And a lot of people may disagree that maybe 500 billion is way too much. It's too much of a jump, but I don't think so. With the tools that Elon's going to have and Tesla's going to have, with the robotaxis, with the bot, with energy, I think 500 billion with the exponential growth that they're doing, it's going to be insane. And Joe just messaged me. He said he wants to come here on the live with me. Let me go ahead and send him this because this is going to be flipping awesome. One second, guys. Let me just send this link to him so he can come online. I'm live now. Let's go. This is awesome. Yeah. Today we're supposed to have a podcast actually, But um, a lot of things are happening here in the Middle East that I need to take care of. So that's why I'm going live instead of making a video. So waiting for Joe to come on, but until he comes on, yeah, 500 billion is the increment, and with the tools that Tesla's going to have, um, I think it's doable. I think it's absolutely doable because you have the robo taxi that's going to scale massively. With massive profits. By the way, we have Tesla, we have the robots. That's going to be massive as well. So really, I think that makes sense. And there's operational milestones. We'll get to that in a bit as well. We haven't got to that yet. There's 12 tranches, holding restriction period 5 years. So once Elon cashes in, these shares that he's going to get as compensated, he can't sell them for 5 years. And then he has to be vested for 7.5 years after that. We'll read. It's at the bottom over here. We'll read it together. Holding restrictions period 5 years. Yeah, equity type restricted common stock. So it's not stock option. That's why he has to be invested as well. And minimum Tesla shareholder created minimum is 7.5 trillion. So right now it's 1 trillion to 8.5 trillion. That's 7.5 trillion. So we need to see 7.5 trillion of valuation for Elon to get these things, which is flipping awesome. Now, at the bottom, under the 2025 CEO Performance Award, voting rights are exercisable at the time of grant, which is a standard feature of restricted stock. This award is structured to restrict Mr. Musk from voting the underlying shares until such time that a tranche becomes earned shares. Generally, the shares do not fully vest until 7.5 or 10 years following the grant date, at further described herein. Right? So there we go. He has to be vested for 7.5 years to 10 years, which is crazy. Each tranche, other than the first, require an additional 50 billion increase in market cap. The first tranche milestone was 100 billion. The last tranche was 650 billion. This was like from the old one. The first tranche milestone is 2 trillion. And the last tranche milestone is 8.5 trillion. Each tranche, tranche, whatever you guys want to call it, other than the last two, requires an additional 500 billion increase in market capitalization. Each of the last two tranches requires an additional 1 trillion increase in market capitalization. That's insane. So pretty much the board is saying that 500 billion until from 2 trillion to 6.5 trillion, and then after the 6.5 trillion, make a value of 1 trillion, increase the value of Tesla by 1 trillion to get 1%. And there's other things tied to this, guys. This is not just it. There's other things tied to this, and other things are being tied to this. Let's see. Where is it? And Chrome is crashing again until this thing gets, because it's too much data. Oh my God, it keeps crashing. It keeps crashing. It keeps crashing. Come on now. Come on now. There we go. Okay, right here. This is the operational milestones, which is very important, right? So 12 operational milestones, and together sorry, let me do that again. I'm just reading your chats. I really want to comment to you guys, but I really want to get through this. So operational milestones relating to specific products or adjusted EBITDA, right? So forget about this. Let's just go straight to the juicy stuff. Product goals. Tesla needs to do 20 million Tesla vehicle deliveries. And you know what? Why am I showing this? I've already made it shorter on X. Right here. There we go. Perfect. Right here. So 20 million Tesla vehicle delivered. It has been delivered. 10 million active FSD subscriptions. 1 million bots delivered. 1 million robotaxis in commercial operation. That is insane. That is insane. Like, holy moly. I broke it down here though, right? 20 million Tesla vehicle deliveries. I mean, I don't know when Tesla's going to do this. And I think this is based on when Elon or when Tesla can do these, right? So 20 million Tesla vehicle deliveries. Currently, there is almost 8 million Teslas right now. The next 12 million Teslas worth 400 billion revenue and around 50 to 60 billion gross profits. But when is he going to do this? I don't know. I don't think Tesla, I don't think Tesla can deliver this in, let's say, 20 million vehicles, maybe by, I think mid 2030s at the latest, right? At the latest. But nonetheless, right? That's what they want. And this is tied to the trenches, right? And we'll get to that in a bit. I don't want to confuse you guys or confuse myself. Let's just get through these product goals. I'm so excited. Sheesh. Okay. 10 million active FSC subscriptions. According to Lars, FSC take rate is in the teens right now. Let's say 15%. Is about 375,000 vehicles that use FSD, that are enrolled in FSD. The rest is about 9.6 million. Let's say 9 million for simplicity. That's 10.6 billion revenue and 6.4 billion in profits if subscription is $99 a month. If we get 10 once, this is an additional, right? In addition to what we have. Or 72 billion revenue if it's a one-time payment of $8,000, which is an insane amount of numbers, right? And of course, if it's 10 million, it'll be close to 80 billion, but that is an insane amount of numbers. So that's the second goal, right? Third one, bots, 1 million bots. How much value can this be created? Let's say 1 million bought at a price of 30,000 each, 30 billion revenue, 50% gross profit, that's 15 billion, right? And 1 million robo-taxis. You guys been watching me for some time. I have my own robo-taxi model. Based on my calculations, I think 1 million robo-taxis will generate around 50 billion revenue and 15 billion in profits. There's a lot of mechanics that comes down to this, but that's what I think. Remember, these are the goals and the bare minimum of needs to be achieved. This will be surpassed as we go in the future, of course, right? Let's see what else to say here. So here's a part that I liked so excited. Here's the part that I liked about a lot about the compensation package is that they actually kind of thought about this, which I love. Elon's 11th and 12th tranche only gets paid to him not only if he achieves the milestones, but he has a clear successor. This is awesome because this is one of our worries when it comes to Tesla. If Elon leaves, who can take over? This is a great move from the board of directors, and I like this. I like this a lot. It says it right here as well. In case, right, this right here, make it bigger. There we go. In case of the 11th and 12th tranche, to satisfy the CEO's succession framework as defined below, each tranche becomes earned shares when the administrator, as defined below, determines, approves, and certifies that the requisites conditions have been satisfied, provided that Mr. Musk is then providing eligible services. So I like this. I like this a lot. Like as a Tesla investor, this is one of like our main worries. Tesla, Elon's successor. This is one of our main worries, but it's very ambitious. This compensation plan. But if there's one guy who can actually do this, is none other than himself, Elon Musk. Now, Elon Musk hasn't come out. He hasn't said anything about this yet, but he's talking about, this is something that, what's it called? Man, I'm just reading some stuff right here. Yeah, it's him. If anyone can do it, it's him. All right. I want to show you guys this right here, right? Shout out to the next big future. Perfect. Look at this. Now, of course, this is a simple way to look at it, but not a clear way of looking at it, and I'll explain. So this is what the compensation package looks like. 2 trillion, right? It's not necessarily 20 million vehicles delivered, then he gets paid. No. At the bottom, he writes here that any previously unmet operational milestones can be paired with any of the 12 market capitalizations. So let's say I don't know, Tesla, which is 5 trillion, and then 20 million vehicles hits by 5 trillion. Then he'll get, then he'll be paired up with that, right? But he must have this. He must do this. That's the correct way. 2.5 trillion, sorry, 5 million active FSD subscriptions. It doesn't mean that 2.5 trillion market cap, he's supposed to have 10 million active, FSD subscriptions. No, this can happen if the stock or the valuation reaches 6 trillion or 7 trillion or 4 trillion, right? So that's the way he did it, and it's interesting, really interesting. And this is how much shares that he is going to get. I think it's about 3.5 million shares. That's how much he's going to get, right? So yeah, I mean, this is awesome. This is absolutely awesome. I love it. Um, what do you guys think in comments? I want to know what you guys think before we move forward. You guys have a lot of things to say here too. Sheesh. Let me go back to some of the posts you guys said here. Um, be clear, Tesla has to break $400 before it goes to 2000. Of course. I mean, that's part of I guess you can say, the way of going up there, right? To hit 2000, it needs to reach 500, 600, 700, 800, right? I think by end of this year, Tesla stock's going to reach 575. That's my stock price prediction. And it will be, and I'm not changing it. I think it's going to happen. Tesla enthusiasm will be curbed a little bit today because most of the big tech stocks are getting pulled back. Yeah, we need, honestly, dude, I do want a correction happening. I want to buy more stock. I want to buy more stock, man. Um, Tesla's still under 350. Stock can go 350. I know. I think Q3 delivery numbers might help unless it could be sell the news event. I don't know. What's going on, Hadouken? Hope everything is doing well. Every time it has a nice gain, they disappear. You're right. The stock. Look, man, just please stay patient, man. Daryl, so what is keeping Tesla stock from rising now over the next last 6 months? Well, look, dude, the EPS is garbage right now for Tesla. That's a fact, right? Right now, Tesla is being carried by a lot of speculation. Now, of course, Q3 is going to be good. I'm not going to lie. Q3 is going to be good. Before we move on, I'm just going to hide that. Yeah. We need to see an increase in EPS, and now this compensation is a big tailwind for Tesla. That may bring the EPS higher. Sorry, the PE higher, not the EPS. EPS will be later on. But you think back in 2018 when the compensation came out, it was very ambitious, and this one is also very ambitious. But the stock, not only did Tesla reach, I think the goal was 650 billion. Not only did it reach 650 billion, but it went as high as 1.2 trillion, right? And people were calling, I mean, you weren't crazy then, were you, when the stock went that high? Of course, in 2018, when that new competition came out with Tesla, Elon, everyone was like, this is insane. There's no way he can do this. Well, he did it. And it's no different from this one. This one is a bit more ambitious. I mean, we're talking about, humanoid robots and robot taxis and 8.5 trillion market cap, which is insane. But, I think this is what Elon likes, right? LexCorp stocks up. I don't know about. I haven't looked at that stock. One would think that if these positive highlights are real, then why is the stock not moving, bro? Look, you need to have EPS to justify. Right now, Tesla's PE is over 200. I can see it tripling to 600 with all the things that are going around. Like I can see that happening, but we don't have this financial or EPS. Fundamental that can justify the stock. Right now, I mean, I think Tesla in the long term is cheap right now with all the things that are coming with robo taxis and energy and all that kind of stuff. But they want to see the EPS move higher finally. That's why I think with more news coming out, I think this year Tesla's going to be going up based on speculation rather than EPS. And next year around this time, maybe a bit later too, I think robotaxi earnings would actually start to justify the stock price and actually go higher from there as well. Just my 2 cents, not financial advice. That's what I'm saying. What is shorts? Wall Street analysis. I just explained it. No, man. I'm thinking 2030. I'm thinking for the next 5 to 7 years. That's what I'm thinking. You guys have a lot of things to say, bro. That's such a bad talking point. I want more stock. So when do you want stock to go? Look, dude, this is coming, right? The goal Right now, it seems they want Tesla to be worth 8.5 trillion, twice as what pretty much what um, Nvidia is worth right now. So think ahead a little bit, right? Once the stock reaches that high amount, don't you wish you had more stock? Like that's how I'm thinking, right? Of course, I have plenty of stock. I do want more. I am, you know, I guess you could say greedy. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But that's what I'm saying. So yes, imagine Kathleen McCormick is reading this. Yeah, McCormick is insane. Cornick is yeah, she can't do anything about it anyways. Alrighty, so let's continue with this because we have other things to discuss about. We have the vote that's coming up. This is important as well. The vote is very important. So this vote is, I think, coming in November, I believe. I think it's November. So here are some of the things that we should look out for. So, a Tesla proposal to elect three directors to serve a term of 3 years or until their respective successors are duly elected and qualified for each company nominee. All right, that's number two. Number two. Um, okay, sorry. I thought I got a message or something. A Tesla proposal for a non-binding advisory, vote approving 2024 executive compensation. They are recommending four, right? And this is the executive compensation, not Elon's, but executive four, right? A Tesla proposal for approval of the ANR 2019 Equity Incentive Plan, proposal three, right? That's also being for a Tesla proposal for approval of. Let me share my screen. I'm not sharing my screen. Oh my God, I'm sorry, guys. There we go. Oops. Sorry, guys. There we go. Let's do this again, right? So, first one was pretty much the executive compensation, which is four. And then we have the ANR 2019 approval and incentive plan, which is also four. And then we have Tesla proposal for approval for 2025 CEO Elon's approval, which is four, which is massively four, which I really do want this to be for as well. Um, a Tesla proposal for the ratification of the appointment of Pricewaterhouse Corp LLP as Tesla's independent registered public accounting firm. Okay, four, I guess, four, sure. A Tesla proposal for adoption of amendments to um, certificate of formation and bylaws to eliminate applicable supermajority voting requirements. It's none, so they're not, they're not recommending anything here. I don't even know what that means, to be honest. A shareholder proposal regarding board authorization of an investment. Yes, yes, yes. This, guys, we have to vote for. We have to vote for this. We need to vote for this, guys. Man, XAI was worth like 10 billion. Now it's worth like 400 times that. Like, come on. We missed out on a lot of gains here. And it's going to continue to go higher with AI and stuff like that. So and it's interesting that the board recommendation is that they're saying none. They don't have any recommendation on this. They're saying they're not against it, nor are they for this. I don't know why they're not for this. This is actually very helpful to Tesla's business in the long term and Tesla's valuation in the long term too. This is just stupid. They're saying none. That's ridiculous. So ridiculous. Anywho, moving forward, a shareholder proposal regarding adoption targets and reporting on metrics to assess the feasibility of integrating sustainability metrics into senior executive compensation plans, which is against. They don't want to have targets for other executive plans, which is hilarious. All right, and this is something that keeps coming up every voting time, voting right. A shareholder proposal requesting a child labor audit. The heck, they're against that. Okay. And the rest of the things are against, a shareholder proposal to amend the bylaws to repeal 3% derivative suit ownership. Against that. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, you guys can read the rest here, right? against what was here? This is interesting. A shareholder proposal regarding proposal that 154% support of 2024 annual meeting. Anyways, yeah, I mean, this stuff is whatever. Yeah, this stuff is whatever. But most important here in this compensation plan, guys, is the CEO compensation plan. This is very important, right? As well as the XAI. XAI, these are very important. We have to vote yes for these. We have to vote. We have to. There's no, we just have to vote for these. We have to vote for, I don't understand why anyone would vote against the XAI. That's just so stupid if we don't. Um, but we have to vote for these. What is the stock doing right now? Up 2.4%, just below 350. Not really going higher than that. But yeah, man. And here's like the summary of what they're trying to do, right? Supercharge retentive effect by generally requiring a minimum of 7.5 years of eligible service before vesting in any shares that are earned by achieving tranches. So once Elon achieves these tranches, he cannot sell them after 7.5 years. He needs to be vested in the company. Sorry, after 5 years, he can, because it's restricted. After 5 years, he can, but he has to remain vested for 7.5 years. That's amazing. 12 tranches times 12 market cap capitalization times 12 operational milestones. So that is insane, right? Generally ensuring every performance milestone must be achieved to earn the entire 2025 CEO Performance Award. Yeah. So they're tying this to everything, which is awesome. We also have 8.5 trillion top market capitalization milestone. So over 13 times increase from the 2018 CEO Performance Awards top market capitalization milestone, or over 8 times from where it is now, or 8.5 times where it is now. 400 billion top adjusted EBITDA. Oh, yes, I didn't go over this. This is very important. Let me go find it. Where is it? Where is it? There we go, right here. Actually, I have it right here. I'll come back to this. Where is it? This is insane. Look at the bottom. Adjusted EBITDA milestones, right? So this is also part of the milestones. First milestone, 50 billion in adjusted EBITDA. That's like a little over 3 times of what it is now. And this is yearly, by the way, right? Not on a quarterly basis, because that would be insane. In fact, on a quarterly basis, that comes down to 210 billion of adjusted, but that's later. But that's insane, guys. Look at this. So 50 billion in adjusted EBITDA, then 80 billion, then 130 billion, then 210 billion, 300 billion, then 400, 400, 400. 400 billion. 400 billion. That's 100 billion. Could you imagine Tesla? I mean, this is EBITDA, of course, not profits, but making profits adjusted with EBITDA 400 billion every single year. That is insane. But the board is saying that we could do this. We just need Elon to push and execute. And I love it. I love it a lot. So yeah, that's pretty big. Let me go back to this. So 400 billion top adjusted EBITDA target, over a 28x increase from the 2018 CEO Performance Awards top adjusted EBITDA target. We also got product goals to drive sustainable innovation with a covered event exception to keep Musk incentivized regardless of the impact of uncontrollable events, right? And then we also have framework development for long-term succession planning that supplements the board's existing and ongoing succession plans and supports a smooth transition of leadership and knowledge in the future is required of certain tranches vested, which I agree. I think that makes sense. I think I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Because look, one of my biggest one of my biggest fears of Tesla as a Tesla investor is the fact that where's the who's going to be succession? Who's going to take Elon's space? Let's say Elon, knock on wood, dies tomorrow. Like, who's going to take over? Who's going to do it? So I think this is very important. I think we should know. I think this is something that I'm very glad the board of directors really thought about this, and I'm happy about it. Really happy about it. So that's pretty much the what's it called? the compensation plan, which I love it. I think it's a great um, plan. I think it's a great plan. I think what am I searching for? I'm searching for one thing that I posted recently. Um, yeah, I asked you guys what you guys think about what the compensation package is from 1 to 10. Majority of you guys were saying that it's an 11 will be the most common answer. 10 because I know Elon knows there are easy these are easy milestones. I don't know if they're easy, man. These are tough. 10, but incredibly tough to reach the target 8 trillion market cap. It relies on robotaxi and bot, right? Which milestone will we hit first realistically? That's a good question. 9 out of 10 says Doge Army. I'd like to see a ludicrous target of 20 trillion. And here's the thing with Tesla, right? Tesla will hit 8.5 trillion, and it'll go beyond that. I think it'll go. Usually, when these targets are like that, if you go back to the first and second compensation package, they doubled, right? They pretty much doubled. So that's pretty important to note. 10, 11, 9 because stock is flat. So it looks like everyone is liking this. 10, I give it 1.1 trillion. Some are saying 6, but majority is 10, 9, 10, 9, 10, 9, 69, right? People are loving this. People are loving this compensation plan, right? And you know what? I love it too. I love it absolutely too. So, yeah, that's amazing. I love it. Any details on XAI investment amount? We don't know yet. Could be Tesla only has 37 billion in cash, so we'll see what that is. But I think it's going to be a good amount going forward. But yeah, guys, sheesh, almost 40 minutes going here. I don't want to be too long. I got to do some stuff. It's going this crazy here. What's going on? Anyways, I love you guys so much. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. If you guys aren't a channel member, I do make exclusive videos for channel members only, and as well as on X as well. If you're not an X subscribers they get exclusive videos and content as well. Then what are you guys doing, man? It's a way of supporting me, and it's only what, $2-3 a month anyway. So thank you if you guys are supporting me or considering to support me, and if you're not, consider it. Anyways, I love you guys so much. Smash that like button, hit subscribe if you haven't already, and I shall see you guys in the next video. Let's go. Sheesh.